Everyone, this is E.M.P, Electromagnetic Precursors for Earthquakes. So just wanted to do a quick update here for the beginning of March 1st to the 3rd, starting here on ionospheric charging intervals at usual time, a 100 universal time, and gamma rays have really picked up, but also since the geomagnetic storm had kicked in, so lots of solar induction you've got to look at as well. And looking at the gamma rays, you can see got elevated activity on the 1st, and then it's really picking up on the 2nd here. Multiple large neutron spikes, or dielectric discharges as I call them. And back to ionospheric charging maps, you can see red and white areas over South America here, red over India, China, Philippines, moderate charging over Japan, and then over here near Mariana Islands and the Marshall Islands area. And jumping to the next day, as I showed, the gamma rays really picked up, and the solar induction or geomagnetic storm as well. So this is one of the biggest intervals I've seen in a long time of ionospheric charging. South America getting hit again, and again India, China, Japan, and Aleutian Islands, New Zealand. Haven't seen anything huge there yet, but I already put out a warning to watch that area very carefully. And if you jump into the last 48-hour quake map, you can see South America's, which was highlighted in those maps, getting some upticks there, and really around the Aleutian Islands like I showed, and India, and now we got some action over in the Philippines as well. But yesterday on the 2nd, we had 2 magnitude 5.5, so the first one we'll look at was magnitude 5.5 in Alaska here at 2:11 universal time. And at the gamma rays, see at about 40 minutes into the day here, decent spike there, and also looking at the electrojet, which shows solar induction. You can see just before that quake dropped a decent spike there, and then Alaska's magnetometer. Right after both of those kick in, you can see the magnetic activity just ramp up from there. So remember, magnetometer shows ground-based magnetic activity or disturbances affected by the solar induction and gamma rays or dielectric discharging. And the second quake I wanted to look at, looking at the last 24 hour of ionospheric charging map, you can see here on the 2nd, you can see we had the Mediterranean there. I already put out a warning earlier yesterday for Greece and Turkey, and that's right where we had another magnitude 5.5 at 11:07 universal time. So jumping back to the gamma rays, you can see multiple spikes here between about 8 and 1000 universal time. And a big spike there on the electrojet at 6, and then tapers down a little bit there, and then picks up again big time just before the earthquake after 1100 Universal Time. And then looking at Romania's magnetometer, you can see they're at about 0600, magnetic activity picking up, and then when the Electrojet index showing the solar induction really picks up there. So definitely these 2 or 3 disruptions or electromagnetic precursors before that quake hit there. So those were nothing. I was actually expecting it to go at least until the 6 magnitude range, but we'll see what happens. If we jump to the 3rd on the Electrojet index, you can see after 1800 the geomagnetic storm, or aka solar induction, is waning. So we'll have to see what happens on the next day, but we definitely got huge precursors in place. And one last thing, I'll talk about this more in the next video. This is probably, as far as I can remember, since I've been watching these ionospheric charging maps for years, I already put out a warning for the for Alaska and the west coast. This huge black blob here is just ionospheric charging right off the hinges, so we really got to watch this area here. This has a potential for, everyone's been talking about the long overdue earthquake for the west coast, especially around Vancouver Island. If it gets hit with a much larger than a magnitude 6 there, it could literally be the end of that island. Could literally just sink into the ocean and go bye-bye. So that's it for now. This is E.M.P, Electromagnetic Precursors for Earthquakes, signing off. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.